I kept thinking, these days we got a monthly subscription for music and movies, so why not for games? That's how it all started. It's our mission to bring more games to more people. We're leading this exciting new chapter in gaming. This is just the beginning.
Hey guys, welcome to OPN. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday to be here with us today. We like to feature all things related to your video game interests. Today we have something a little different than our usual lineup of Dev Talks. Today we have the opportunity to chat with the product director for the Utomik game subscription services. Utomik offers hundreds. I mean hundreds. I think right now they have something like 567 titles, video game titles for you guys to play. You can play as many games as you want from their ever-growing library of games, and you can play them super fast. No download times, basically. They're adding 30 new games a month. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial at their website, so you can check it out for yourselves. So, all right, today we have... I'm Ariana Moon. Most of you know, and those who don't, hi, I'm Ariana Moon. And to my, here we have Frank. We have Frank Meijer. He is the PR manager. He is worked with indie devs in the industry, and he's come on with Utomik, and he was a perfect fit for them. So, hi, Frank. How are you doing today?
Hi, Ariana. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great on this Saturday. Well, it's daytime for most of us here in the U.S. What time is it for you? And you're in the Netherlands?
Yes. I'm from the Netherlands. It's actually after dinner time already. It's 7:20 p.m. So getting ready for bed afterwards.
Well, we are so glad that you took the time to be with us this evening in your time today. We also have Sweet Ruin in the chat. Let's give her a warm hello. Hi, Sweet Ruin. She's going to be giving away our games and moderating the channel for you. So you guys enjoy those giveaways. And if you have any questions during the chat, let us know. Let her know. She will relay those questions to us. So thank you so much for being here with us. We at OPN, we appreciate our followers, and we hope that you'll enjoy the show and win lots of games today. So we're going to lead this off with our first question. Today, Frank, I know that you've been with the company just a short while here, but long enough to get to know the team really well, and you guys have had some great successes so far in your open beta. So what inspired the team to come up with a subscription-based game service company?
Well, they actually started out as a kind of the same sort of company, but then a business-to-business company. It was called Kaleido, where they use kind of the similar technology to for other companies to use for massive multiplayer online games and just all kinds of online games. And they were just thinking, yeah, we want to use the same technology, but we want to do something with consumers now because we have this really awesome tech that's dare I say unrivaled in the industry. Yeah, I can say that.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to move forward with that, to show it to consumers and to get them excited about it and get them the best games and yeah, go from there.
Well, that sounds really good. How many people do you have working on your team?
We're at the office. We're around 25 people, and I think in total the team is around 40 people because we also have like off-site people, like testers, and we have streamers working for us that are actually located in the US. But yeah, we've grown really fast. I think in a year time or a year or 2 years time we went from 15 to 40. So
that is really impressive. And I saw that you have a stream affiliate program, so that's really exciting too for some streamers out there who might be interested. You probably want to check that out as well. Tell me about your multimedia team. I know our president Fred was really excited to talk about that, and I want to make sure I get that in there for you, Fred. So tell me a little bit about the multimedia team. What do they do, and how do they help out with the service?
Well, it's actually the video that you're seeing. We make together with an outside company. That's not our entirely our own production, but our multimedia team is mostly handling social media as well, like Twitter, Facebook, tiny bit of Instagram here and there, and also making sure that all the games look as crisp as they do on the clients, like all the images, and make sure that we have kick-ass trailers and stuff like that that we can show to media and the players, of course. Unfortunately, not for the video that Fred was so excited about.
Oh, it looks great though, and it really displays your service well. So, well, that's really good. And I have had a chance to try out your service. You have a number of games that are fantastic, and it looks great. There's no delay in the download and playing them, so it's really perfect. So you advertise that you're adding 30 games from both indie developers and AAA publishers such as Sega, Telltale, some of our favorites here, and Epic Games per month to the service. You must have an incredible relationship with these companies. How did you first reach out to them to sell your idea for Utomik, and what was getting the company up and going like? I mean, as PR person, you're going to be working with them now, so I bet you're very excited to do those relationships and talk to these devs coming up.
Well, it's actually not as easy as you think, because we're not a Microsoft or Sony that has this giant name and this thick wallet or thick bank account that they can just wave around. That's not what we can do. So for us, it's a little bit harder to get into bed with the bigger publishers. So it actually takes a lot of work, especially from our CEO, to convince them to give us a shot, because streaming technology, streaming games hasn't been that well received the last few years, or like 5 to 10 years ago with the rise of OnLive and Gaikai. So the bigger publishers, they kind of want to sit back a little and see how everything unfolds. So they were a bit hesitant to join in, and some of the publishers actually took about 2 years to convince before they actually wanted to join us, which is starting to happen more and more, and it's getting a little bit easier now because we have over 50 publishers on our platform already. So every new big name that we add opens the door to another big name. So it just goes from there. And the same actually goes for indie developers. It's getting easier to get them to put faith in us, give their games earlier and earlier to us, because actually if we're honest, we want to be a subscription model, but we want to feel like a premium experience. So that when you think Utomik, you think like day one releases, maybe even. We're looking into other cool stuff that we can add. We're looking at VR maybe as well on a timeline down the line in the future, if we can get stuff working. So a lot of exciting stuff, and developers like mine, they are as excited as we are, so that's really cool to see.
It is, and you offer them a really good way to be seen as well for those indie ones, to give people a chance to check them out. So how do you choose the games that you add each month? I mean, there's so many games that come out. How do you pick and choose?
Yeah, well, we have a list of games that we got from either developers or publishers, and with that, we look, what do we want to add this week to get like a versatile lineup for that week. So we don't go all casual one week and all shooter another week, because every week as a subscriber to Utomik, you want to get like a little taste of everything. So we look at we have this game, maybe some simple casual game. Okay, it's ready for us to put in our tech. It works, because that's also a thing. We have to get our game working in our tech, and that's challenging sometimes, because we have very unique kind of tech that makes it pretty hard as well.
Yeah, I was told it's pretty secret. I can't ask about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a question in there later. We'll see.
You gotta get me drunk maybe for me to spill things. I don't think that's gonna work. I'm just drinking my water, so sorry.
No bribes even, huh? Oh, well, let me say, your site features no video streaming. That's one of the things that they promote. You get to play the game right away in what you call one-click play. See, here comes that question. Can you tell me how that works, or just a little inkling? What kind of gnomes and fairies you got working over there that get this going for you?
Yeah, well, the tiniest thing I can say was kind of also like stolen my thunder from the video that you played. Our tech makes it so you click on play, then it starts calculating how far, based on how fast your internet connection is, how much of the game it needs to start running. Often that's 1% of the game file, so that's a really small file actually. Mm-hmm. Which, depending of course on the game size, because AAA games obviously have massive file sizes compared to a small indie game. Mm-hmm. So based on that, you can play within a few seconds already. And while you're playing, the game requests packages, and those download while you're playing. So you will never be interrupted.
So okay, so for really large games, then you just have it's just a small delay. Even some of the ones that I tested out, there's not that big of a delay. Maybe just a couple minutes. It's not that big, like you have to download the entire game. So it still makes even the larger games very quickly playable.
Yeah, and if you know it already, because you can kind of see how big the file size is, or kind of guess already. And some games that have really large files have like this little
it's hourglass.
Hourglass, yeah, mm-hmm. An hourglass that already shows that it's going to take a little bit longer. And if you know that, then you just press play, go get a sandwich, go get something to drink, go maybe take your toilet break, so you don't have to stop playing for the next 5 to 8 hours, maybe. And
right.
It will download in the meantime. So.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Get ready for your gameplay. It gets exciting. Nothing like the couple of hours it'd take if you install that whole game. So do you ever take games down from the site? Do they stay up indefinitely for the user to always be able to go back and play?
From our side, we say yes, because we don't take games down. We're not like Netflix or maybe even Xbox Game Pass that will take games down, especially Netflix. When you look at shows, every month they add shows. They add a bunch of shows, but they also take away shows, and they take away movies. And that might be one of your favorites. We don't do that unless there is a request from a developer or a publisher that we have to take it down because of certain reasons. Like, the whole Alan Wake thing. We didn't have the Alan Wake game live, but because of like music licenses that expired, they couldn't offer it online anymore.
Oh, okay.
And so they had to take it down from all the stores until those issues are resolved. So if we had Alan Wake, because we do have Alan Wake Nightmare on it, mm-hmm. If we had the original Alan Wake, then we had to take it down as well. But those are exceptions. We would never do it on our own accord.
And you are probably pretty good about letting your users know that in advance and the reasonings why. And I'm sure, so you have a pretty clear policy on those things for the users to know.
We try to be as transparent as we can. If there is something that comes up last minute, then it's out of our hands a little bit. Right. But in general, that won't happen, especially not with big publishers, because they're working very slow. So they know it months in advance, so they can inform us months in advance as well. It just, so then we can be as transparent as possible. But like I said, it's not going to happen a lot. So we say from our part, we never take down games.
Well, that is fantastic. So what happens to the user's save game data?
You mean if the subscription expires?
When they, like, if they're playing a game and it's current, and where does the save game data? Is it on your on their side, your side, and how accessible is it? And if the game does go down, then what happens? Is it still just always there? Do you have like a cloud system?
No, it's always on your own system. Just like the game itself, you always download the game, and that goes for your save files as well. They're always stored locally on your computer. It's just if you let your subscription run out, then everything will be gone until you resubscribe again. Then you can just continue, unless you really specifically ask us to delete everything from your account. But I
can take a 3-month hiatus and then come back and everything's still going to be there. I don't have to worry about that. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. You offer different subscription plans for that too. That leads into my next question. Your subscription service currently has 2 plans, the single subscriber and a family subscriber plan. Can you give us a breakdown on those differences and maybe what your current pricing is for those, for our viewers who would be interested?
Yeah, of course. Well, the standard model is just one user. And then you pay in US dollars, that's going to be $6 a month. And then you just have unlimited access to our weekly growing library, then,
Wait,
of course.
did you just say $6 a month?
Yes, I just said
Really?
$6 a month.
That's
Yes.
so reasonable. That is, I mean, you can't even buy one indie game for that. That's amazing.
Oh, depending, but in general not. And we try to keep adding those indie games as well. So it's definitely going to be worth your investment. And even so, if you're ever like not satisfied, you can just stop it. It's only $6. It's not like you paid $60 for a AAA game, and that's a disappointment. You can return it maybe, but still, yeah, if you're too late with it, and then
Yeah,
you're
it's
stuck
just a
with
couple hours in these days. That's not much for a
yeah.
AAA game.
No, and that's 10 months of Utomik, and at the rate we're going, it's going to be adding so many more cool games, and they're going to be fresher, they're going to be closer to release, and we're going to be adding a new AAA partners soon as well. We have two coming up soon, big ones as well, actually.
Oh, did we get a special announcement on that?
Not yet. I can't
Oh,
spoil anything yet. I'm sorry.
all right, guys, I tried.
No,
Well, that's fantastic.
unfortunately not. It has to be a little bit of a secret. We have to have some secrets.
Of
So
course, of course.
yeah, so we got like a big secret coming up fairly soon. We hope to be announcing it around Gamescom, a little before Gamescom maybe. That's yeah, we think that's a premiere in the subscription model. So that's
Well,
going to
we
be
will
pretty
keep our
exciting.
ears out for that news.
Yeah.
So how
But,
about your family plan?
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's get back to the original
Yes,
question.
of course.
I like to get deviated a little bit. That's how it works. Then you have next to the single user, you have a family plan that's for up to 4 users, and that's only $10 a month. So you can actually use it as a family. So for if you have a family, you have kids, you can because we also have kids game on it as well. Then you can get your kids to play it as well. You can also share it with friends. You can do it the way you can, and then it's only $10. So that's definitely not a lot.
No, it's very reasonable and really great, especially for friends who want to share their games. Now, what is it about your service, the Utomik service, that is more appealing to gamers than for them to say just buy the games?
It's definitely the price point, like we talked about. That's one of the first things, because at $6, there's no competition whatsoever. I mean, like you said yourself, you're hardly going to be able to buy indie game for that price. And with us, you can just try. This week we added our 565th game, so you can try that many games, and it's only going to grow. So that's already unrivaled.
Now, one of the things I know people were talking about this is, I noticed the tab today. I didn't notice it early because I was just so into checking out all your games. But you actually have achievements. You have achievements for people to get in those games. So, one of the things people enjoy about Steam is that. Oh, but it's coming.
It's coming. It's a feature we're working on. Yeah, it's in the client already. But if you click on it, it will say that it's a feature that's coming up. It's like really big, like high on our list. So we definitely want to get that out of the way as quickly as possible. But we also want to do friends lists. We want to do like a Steam Big Picture mode, so you can play with your controller on your TV. That sort of stuff. We have like a big list of features that we would love to integrate, but we're still a small team.
A lot of work ahead of you guys. Yeah.
We have to think about what is best for our users at the moment, and it's mostly like getting our servers as stable as possible, adding new content as much as possible, and then we try to squeak in those hours on those side projects. I wouldn't even call it, because it's, like I said, it's really high on our list. But yeah, we have to spread out our manpower a little bit.
That is totally understandable. You guys are making really big strides for just being in your open beta, alpha beta, isn't it? So that is amazing. Well, that led right into my next question, was tell us a little bit about the social community side. What kind of social features do you have so that users can share the games that they like, where they can talk and chat to each other? So that's still in the works?
Yeah, that's still in the works. That's not in at the moment. We do have some games that have online multiplayer running. It's not a lot. We can't have every game that we have on our servers have multiplayer because it's depending. If they use Steam servers, that's another company. We can't use Steam servers. So
Right.
if a game runs on Steam servers, which if an indie game has multiplayer, they're most often going to be running on Steam servers because it's quite an investment to get your own online servers. My cat is coming over to say hi as well.
Oh, hi, Kitty. That was another question was, I know that in some of the chat rooms, people have been asking about being able to do multiplayer because they want to play with their family and things like that. So is that something you guys are going to be working on closer to now, or is that something further down the road?
No,
for
it's
the
definitely
multiplayer?
definitely multiplayer. We're always looking at if a game has it already and it's released, then we're always looking, can we include it as well on Utomik? Because certain games already have multiplayer working on Utomik. It is not a big list. We recently added Meadow by Might and Delight. It's an MMO kind of
Ooh.
game, yeah, where you're an animal. I don't know if you know the Shelter series
Yes,
from
I
them. Yeah,
did see that
yeah.
was
So
there.
this is a spin-off, like an MMO spin-off from theirs. We just added it, I think,
Okay.
2-3 weeks ago, and it has multiplayer working on Utomik as well. Local multiplayer is something that we also have integrated in the titles that have local multiplayer. We always try to integrate it as well, so you can just play it locally with your friends or with your family.
Some of that couch co-op action then.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best action. I mean,
It
it's
is.
unrivaled. You just want to be able to see the face on the person that you're beating. It's still the
That you're-
best. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Well, so tell me a little bit about your Ninja team, the beta players. You have point systems where people can earn points in the game. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, our ninjas are very important because they take away a lot of the heavy lifting for us to get games tested and get games ready, like find issues with them that we can solve before they go live, so we can put them live as soon as possible. And of course, we want to reward them so they can get perks, they can get free Utomik subscription, for example, that they can earn, or like a free month and stuff like that. And we're also working on expanding that plan because they are awesome and they help us so much, and we just want to reward that more and better. So we're always looking at what we can do for them as well. It's not only our normal paying users, it's also the people that have dedicated quite a lot of time, may I add, to just test games, play through them, find the bugs, find the game-breaking stuff, and so that our tech team can actually solve those issues.
Well, they're very active in your chat boards. I know that, and they are dedicated. And gamers are, they're
Yeah.
going to find those breaks and bugs that you think you've solved, and they find a way around them all the time.
Yeah.
So that's really good that you utilize your team in that way and your viewers and gamers. So, well, let me ask you, Frank. Tell me, what is your favorite game that you have in there, and what are you most looking forward to acquiring on the site for the near future?
Ooh, on my list of games that I want to acquire is so long. Well, let's first go in my favorite game right now. I must say, Time maybe. I really love Burly Man at Sea. I don't know if you played that.
Yes.
It's
I saw
such
that
an
one
amazing
recently.
game. Yeah, I met the developers in person for the first time and at E3 a couple of weeks ago, and they are also the best people that you can meet. They're so friendly, and their game is so awesome as well. It looks great, it plays great, and it's really fun. It's really short experience as well. You could just experience a few different stories, and the fun thing with that as well is if you finish your game, you get a little code, and on their website you have they launched hardcover books.
Oh, wow.
Like bound books, I think leather-bound books, I think, if I'm precise. And you can enter the code that you got, and then you can get your story as an illustrated book. So that's really
That is
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What nice perks.
Yeah.
So you
so
guys have to go check out Burly Men at Sea on your Utomik.
definitely do that. It's a great game. And like I said, they're amazing people. I bought their Burly Man at Sea T-shirt at E3 as well. I'm just like representing Burly Man at Sea. And I went to an event
But
later.
that's what you do. That's what you guys do. You work really close with these indie developers. So if there's any
Yeah.
indie developers listening out there, this is your man right here. Come see Frank Meijer for Utomik and get your games on there.
Come to me. Yeah.
That's-
We're always trying to support the best way we can. That's also something we're trying to expand now. Like you touched a little bit on the streamer affiliate plan.
Yeah, tell us a
It's
little more
actually not
about that.
officially launched. It's something that we have a streamer page a little bit hidden on our website. It's a landing page. It's not really official yet. And I've been working on a streamer affiliate plan for like a month or a month and a half now. We have some streamers that showed interest, and we've gotten them to try Utomik for a month at least. But we want to do more. So the affiliate plan is going to make it so they can actually earn some money on getting us just trial subscribers, not even full subscribers. They can already earn money on that. And we want to give them free merchandise that they can wear on the stream if they want. We're not going to force anybody to wear a cap or a t-shirt or whatever else we're going to come up with in the future. We're probably going to come up with some more cool stuff. Well, people have been asking about it. They want to get the t-shirts. They want to get the caps. Especially the caps are really cool. We just recently we got them in the week of E3, and we only have 10 at the moment. We are ordering more, but everybody loves them. So that's really cool. And besides merchandise, we want merchandise so they can give it away at their to their community. Maybe get them to help stream games that we want to launch that maybe are seriously new, so it's also relevant for them to stream, like not old games like 5 years old. I can imagine that's not interesting for a lot of streamers, because a lot of streamers are playing the games that have just been released, and since we're working towards getting games closer to release, it's going to be more interesting for them as well to join our list, because then it's really easy for them to reach out to them and specifically target the streamers that want to play a specific game. So that, it works both ways, of course, and that way it also helps developers, because they can get more streamers to play their game that might otherwise not come across. So, that's one of the things, and that we're trying to help them with, and that's also beneficial for streamers then, because we don't want to be we don't want to be a company that takes advantage of streamers, because I've heard of some affiliate plans that are beneficial for the company, but not so much for the streamers, unless they get really big, maybe. That's not really what we want to do. We're also growing. We know how it is to be a small channel. We know how hard it is to get attention from the big guys, from the big sites and the big streamers, or the massive audience, maybe even. And so we want to help them like climb that mountain, and we want to take as many people as we can on that trip to the top.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad, and I hope, and your branding, that's great branding for you, for them, and for the dev. It's a really nice thing all around. So I hope you get some really good positive feedback from that. That's amazing.
Yeah, like I said, we already have some streamers that have showed massive interest. We also let them take a look at the plan to give their feedback, from like really tiny streamers that just started, that just got a few followers, to slightly larger ones that have a few thousand followers, like to get that different perspective on the plan and be like, is it interesting for the smaller channels as well as the larger channels? Because I can imagine as a large channel, right off the bat, it's way easier to earn money, because you have a way larger community than a small channel has. We want every tier in our plan to be interesting to different sizes of channels.
All right. Well, you've reached out to some developers in our chat here. You've reached out to some streamers, and definitely to all those gamers out there. You guys need to really go and check this out. And so we're here on our last question for the day, and we want to know, and you've kind of covered some of this a lot, really given us some good information, but what do you have in the works to continue upgrading Utomik other than adding the new games? You've talked about the social aspect of it, the achievements, the getting streamers on board and developers. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about your service, or what you do, or what you have upcoming in the long term?
Well, it's our main focus is just gonna be on getting newer games faster on our platform. We have an amazing publishing partner. It's called Plugin Digital, that actually has been coming to us and be like, can you get our games live sooner? We would love that. So we're working with them on actually getting that to happen, because in the indie scene, they're a pretty big publisher actually. They take care of a lot of the publishing outside of Steam. They publish some on Steam, but they often do like itch.io as well, and channels that a small developer would probably not think of that quick. Among, of course, Utomik, because not everybody has heard of it, unfortunately. That would make my job so easy.
That's going to change.
That's hopefully going to change. That would make my job so easy. Then I'm just talking to people, oh yeah, Utomik. Then I can wear the shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Oh, let's see.
And be like, oh yeah, I know Utomik. And it's slowly getting there, but it needs to be more and more. And yeah. Oh, yeah. So that is something that we're trying to accomplish now with that partner, to see if we can get the games on just quicker, because that's really going to make the subscription more valuable as well. And we're not going to change the price to go with that. We're still going to be $6 or $10 for the family plan, even if we add those sort of things. We don't want to be. I think PlayStation Now, I think at the moment is $16, $17, I think even. I think Xbox Game Pass might be a tenner, so that's already more reasonable. But still, yeah, I think
you can't be beat for your $6 and $10 plans for family and friends and such.
No, and especially not with the plans that we have. I don't think they can beat that.
Nope, and you've got such a great thing to offer your I want to say your viewers, but to our viewers and your gamers. I mean, it's a really good service, and if you guys haven't checked it out, you know, the link is going to be put in there for you to go look at it. Remember the 14-day free trial. Check it out and try it out. Well, Frank, I really appreciate you taking your time on your Saturday evening to come in, answering all of these questions that we had and giving us some really valuable insight into Utomik Games subscription service. So if any of our viewers are interested, you can find out more by visiting their site at utomik.com. Thank you so much, Lori, for hosting in our chat today, and I hope everybody won some great games. That's one thing we do when we are online. We are giving away those games for you guys, and perhaps we will be partnering up with Utomik on our Twitch channel and being able to stream some games. That would be fabulous to be able to partner up with you guys. So we can probably talk about that sometime later. And Sweet Ruin, we really appreciate you being there hosting in the chat, and all of you guys. And if you didn't win a game you wanted, be sure to come back, because we will be doing this again. Check out OP Noobs for our latest indie game reviews, our E3 coverage, and any other game-related info. And don't forget to follow us on our Twitch channel. We can follow us on Twitter, and follow Utomik there.
Oh, no, I was pointing at the follow button for Twitch.
There you go. That's it, right up there.
It's right up there.
Click that.
Oh, wait, it's the other way. Damn it. Sorry.
It's okay. It's hard. Everything is a little backwards on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun here. So before you go, you'll see more live shows, more interviews, more reviews, everything game related. We are here for you at OP Noobs. So thanks again, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you, Fred, our tech, for running the behind the scenes. So you guys have a fantastic Saturday. We will catch you next time.